Hello, and welcome to my home tour for Fall and Halloween 2022. Let's go up the entryway, past the ghosts. Avoid the Grim Reaper. We don't want him to get your head this year. And relax and unwind and come on in and see my decorations. So as a quilter, of course, I have to fill my home with lots of quilts. This year I have fall and Halloween up at the same time. It was just too hot this year to think about fall until it was time to decorate for Halloween. This is a favorite of mine, a newer one. It's a Lauretta design called Jack. And I love the ravens in this one. You'll see ravens and pumpkins show up a lot in my fall and Halloween decorating. A few other spooky things. Be careful of the claw skeleton hand there holding the candle. This is a part of Storybook Farm by McKenna Ryan, and I made just a couple of the pieces. This is one of my favorites called Outstanding in His Field. My family has had a farm growing corn for over 120 years. So that is reminiscent of sort of my family. And most of the house plants go hide for this season, but this one has kind of spooky colors in it. So it's still here, and a couple of little mice have come out to play. Of course, you have to have lots of orange and black and lots of pillows. This is a little table topper I made years ago. Here's a couple of things that actually are available on my website. This pattern was for embroidery, but I did it all with fine tip permanent pens and a little bit of colored pencil. I much prefer the colored pencil. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I have a tutorial on how to do colored pencil on fabric. So this one is called Witch's Fly. And then this one is just done with colored pencils. And it is my sugar skull design. You can order it as a PDF. And I will put up a few kits that you can get that would come along with this fabric. Now here, this is it's a mantle scarf. And I saw the idea on Pinterest, and I had it bookmarked for years and finally got around to making it last year, and I just love it. It's probably far heavier than it needs to be because all of them are lined, all the little pennants are lined. This lovely lady came from a favorite shop of mine in Morro Bay called the Garden Gallery. The owner, from what I understand, at least used to be a scenic artist. And so visually, the place is just the best eye candy. And then these guys, these little pumpkins are sort of left over from a year when I did an entirely black and white scheme. I have to name my skeleton now that he comes out for Halloween every year. This fun witch's hat was a gift made for me by my BFF, Cindy Myers, of a couple of old broads. And this is another quilt that was done entirely with colored pencils and fabric markers. The ravens. Did you know that a group of ravens is called a conspiracy? Isn't that wonderful? I love that thought. So here, these all were colored in with colored pencils, and then some of the finer lines done with fabric markers. I'm home recovering from surgery, and so you can tell I haven't used my voice very much lately, so I'm having a hard time talking. This is a reproduction of an old Halloween candy basket. A few fall colors mixed in. I had to put up some of my favorite fall quilts as well, since by the time I take down the Halloween, it will be time to decorate for Christmas. So here, these are Tyvek leaves, mailing envelope that I painted with metallic paints. This is one of my favorite fall quilts. This is called Winter Squash, and this has won awards at quilt shows and been published in magazines. This is a tabletopper, beautiful fall tabletopper made at the request of my mother. She purchased all the materials and the book and sent it to me and said, please, honey, do. And so I did, and then when she passed away, I reclaimed it. The black cat poster there is from New Orleans when we went that year. This is a fun little fall triptych. I love the spider web on the house. Gotta have pumpkins for fall, lots of pumpkins, more pumpkins for Halloween. A whole row of little pumpkin candles on my stove. I love candles for this time of year just to create that aroma. Lots of fall candles and pumpkin spice, and makes the place smell so good. So I even changed the curtains in my bedroom for the different seasons. So these are fall, and this is my favorite fall quilt. This is one of my first Halloween quilts that I made as a wall hanging. Used to hang in my entry, and then it was my first free motion quilting. This isn't free motion, this was straight, but I just repeated the motif of the pumpkins in the alternate blocks. I think there were supposed to be pumpkins in all these blocks, but I thought that was just too much. So I just did those as echo quilting of the design, sort of softened that out. And here, I love these little tin, sort of vintage reproduction Halloween decorations. This one you can put a candle in and it lights up the eyes. And this is just a tester, one of my first attempts at using, in this case I think I was using markers, Sukaneko markers most likely, to fill in the designs. This was something that then I collaborated with my mother to do the entire piece, which is much longer and has a little cat sitting on the fence. It's quite charming. She did the embroidery, and then I did all the coloring. So I colored it first and then sent it to her and had her embroider. This one doesn't have any embroidery, it's just color. This is one of my favorites. And here's another tin vintage. This is one of the few quilts I probably will change out for Thanksgiving. I have another piece, so this will get changed. And it will become this. So here's the living room. Well, this is the family room, actually. This is another piece that I teach a lot, which is boot. We do it with colored pencils, and I have it in multiple different color variations. This is my very folksy folk art version with nice deep fall colors. I've done it with purple boots. I saw one of my students did a wonderful black boot with red laces and a black sole, very designer boot. This hat, I am still looking for its hanger. We took it down to paint. And I put it away carefully somewhere, so carefully that I don't know where it is now. This is a lovely piece. The artist is Kim Khoury, and we got it in Sedona, Arizona at the Row Gallery in the Tlaquepaque Shopping Center. A very fun place. I love to go just take pictures there. The architecture of that shopping center is just beautiful, and they do outstanding displays of fall floral arrangements in the fountains and garlands all over the shop windows. It's just stunning, especially this time of year. This I did at a guild retreat many years ago, but I finally got it all quilted, I think just this last year. I think maybe I had it quilted just in time for last fall. And I was saying how our family has had farmed corn for over 100 years. And so I had to get in and do some fun little things that weren't part of the design. I put the silk corn tassels on there. And I even called my uncle to ask him what color the tassels were. We had a little collaboration there as to what color those tassels should be. In all actuality, I think they're supposed to be greener than that, but I wanted them to be the colors I wanted them to be. So, he told me what they should be, and I sort of did my own thing anyways. A little bit of embroidery there at the top. I guess the others are corn silks, and the tassel is at the top. I remember it's a summer job for all my cousins when they were kids to go detassel the corn. And this is a cute panel. It's one that I made up for my mom. I can't remember if she sent me the panel to begin with and just said, could you make it up for me? Or if I found it and sent it to her as a present. But it's home now with me. Here's a little collection of pumpkin heads. Let's see, if ravens are a conspiracy, would this be a pumpkin convention? I don't know, maybe so. Here's a sweet little boy all dressed up to go trick-or-treating. It's my family room long shot and my sweet, sweet pup, Lilo. This is one of her favorite spots on the couch. So happy Halloween, and thank you for visiting. Please like and subscribe to my videos and check out my website for more quilting ideas, inspiration, and free mini quilts.